Hello everybody and welcome to week 6 of EDU6200. It's hard to believe we're almost at the halfway point and we're getting very close to that right now. And so this week's video is not really content because we're going to have the video chat online. I'll talk more about that in a moment. But I want to make sure you are staying on track with all of your assignments. First of all, what is due tonight, the 23rd, is the week 5 discussion response post. So if you were not the presenting group, you've got 2 response posts to get in by tonight. And that is by 11:55 p.m. In addition, the group for week 6 will put their content and their questions in to the discussion forum for week 6 tonight, so you can start responding tomorrow. 2 quick reminders about discussion forums. Number 1, when you go into each week's discussion forum, you'll find 2 discussion forums. 1, an open forum. That's a place to pose questions that you guys can talk to each other about. I don't monitor that one. If you post in there, I won't see it unless I go hunting for it. So please don't post in the open forum. There's a second forum that has the week labeled that it'll say week 6 discussion forum. Make sure you post in there. That's where the group will post their content, and that's where I see your responses, and that's how you get credit for doing that. So that's the first thing about the discussion forum. Second thing, make sure you are posting an initial response to the group's questions by Friday. So Friday is the 27th. Make sure you've posted in there. Then by Monday of next week, the 30th, you will post your response posts. It's that simple for the discussion forums. It's the way they'll run the rest of this course. Now we get a break after this week, week 6. We only have no discussion forums until we get into week number 9. All right, that's the first assignment due this week is week 6 discussion forum based on chapter 6. Number 2, about half of you've done it already. You must do the WCG number 2 inventory. You'll find the link for that on page 6 of your syllabus. Once you've done that, go ahead and take a screenshot, upload it to Chalk and Wire under WCG number 2, the inventory, and that'll give you credit for that assignment. It's a very simple thing. I'm just looking for a screenshot showing me you did it. It shows your scores on there. Any questions, contact me. That is due by next Monday as well. Number 3 this week, our first video chat, our online video chat via Zoom. So before we get to that point, remember they're Wednesday or Sunday, make sure you get yourself a Zoom account. Download Zoom, get an account. About 6:55 p.m. on the 25th, that's Wednesday, or the 29th, that's Sunday, I will send an email out with a link. You'll click on that link. You'll come into the video chat. We'll be online about 30 to 45 minutes. And we're going to do really 3 things during that process. Number 1, we're going to have an overall piece from me on the remaining chapters I haven't covered yet. Obviously, it's chapters 5 and 6, which you're doing last week and this week. Number 2, I'm going to ask you some questions. See what you know, see what you think, see what examples you come up with. I want to really have a chance for us to meet without us actually having a face-to-face meet. We can do it online. And then number 3, when the chat is over, you're going to write a short 1 to 2 paragraph summary reflection. What did you learn? How can you use it now? How will you use it in the future? Again, 3 things you're going to answer. What did you learn? How can you use it now? And how are you going to use it in the future? Those are really it for that video discussion forum. And you're going to do that each of the 3 times we do it, which is week 6, week 9, and week 12. So we're going to have that coming up on Wednesday of this week. That's 2 nights away. If you don't make it on Wednesday, you need to come on Sunday. It is required you attend. That's part of the grade. You can't just do a summary for something you didn't attend. And that's why I gave you 2 options. You guys also have the dates up front for that. So that's really it for week 6. Week 7, you have 2 things you are doing. Week 7, you are doing WCG number 3. That's the compliance inventory. Again, remember on that. And I'm going to pull up the rubric so you make sure you've got this information very clear. For WCG number 3, what we're looking for, let me get in the right screen, guys, is number 1, 4 techniques for implementing federal guidelines. Number 2, 4 strategies ensuring safety and accommodations for students. That's more like ESE stuff. Number 3, compliance with federal laws. And number 4, compliance with Code of Ethics. Basically, you're interviewing your principal, administration, and saying, I need 4 examples of how we do this. This is going to tie right into assignment number 4 we do after the midterm, where you're going to actually then apply it to what you would do. This right now is what your school does. How do they comply? You can turn this in one of many ways. Number 1, a bulleted list in Word. Number 2, a bulleted PowerPoint. Number 3, some other creative way. Ultimately, you have to make sure that you have those 16 items, and then you have to have a one-page summary as well, reflecting on what you learned from the assignment. So this is all going to line up with what we're doing in assignment number 4 a little bit later. But realize that that rubric is very specific, and if you follow it, you're going to have no issues, guys, no issues. Also during week 7 is the study for the midterm, which is chapters 1 to 6 in the text. You will find information on the right-hand side of the main page that has links for you and a study guide. This test is really 3 things. Number 1, we are looking at what you know about law. What amendments do you know? What rights do you know? How does this impact you as both a teacher and or administrator? That's 2 things. Third thing, how can you write about the law? Those are the essay questions. So when you see this first test, it's going to have a combination of true, false, multiple choice, and essay questions. I give you 4 hours to take it. Yes, it's open book, open note. Why? Because honestly, if you can't find this stuff as an administrator, if you can't write about this stuff as an administrator, you're not going to be successful as an administrator. If you're just spouting out laws, this is the First Amendment, this is the Fifth Amendment, that's not going to help you as an administrator if you can't know how to use this stuff. And that's why the test is set up the way it is, guys. So that's going to be during week 8, the midterm exam. It will open on the 8th. It will close on the 14th. So you've got a full week to take it. And again, 4 hours. Once you go in, you can only go in one time. Don't think about going in and closing and coming back in again. 4-hour limit, so make sure you have time on that day you're going to do it and get it done. And you've got the weekend there, too, to take care of if you need it, that weekend in October. So that's it for this week. It's really not a whole lot of stuff, but I do remind you, in the last video, I talked about the last few WCG assignments. I want you looking ahead. Sorry. Week 7 is a good time to be looking ahead at WCG 5, WCG 4, WCG 7, and WCG 6. You also should be talking to your administration about WCG 8 at this time. If you wait until around Thanksgiving break, you're not going to get that one done. You're going to be struggling and you're going to be stressed. So please look ahead at those things. I'll see you guys on Wednesday or Sunday. We'll have a great chat and I'll review a few things that are coming up on that midterm exam. You guys have a great night and a great, great week.